Welcome back to Augmented Voices. We always love to dig into how AI is changing the way we work together, and today we're looking at AI-powered recruitment.
It really is amazing how fast AI is being used for recruiting these days, especially with Gen Z entering the workforce.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Companies are having to deal with tons and tons of applications.
Right.
AI seems like the perfect way to sort through all that data and find the best people for the job.
Yeah, for sure, and it's a really hot topic, and I've been looking at LinkedIn lately and their new AI tools.
Oh, yeah.
They have something called Jobs Match that's supposed to give people really personalized job recommendations. Sounds pretty helpful.
Mm.
But they also have a resume screening tool for businesses.
Oh, wow.
It's like an AI that helps go through a mountain of applications in no time.
I see.
So much faster.
Yeah, speed is key for companies.
Right.
They're often flooded with applications, and AI can really help automate those first steps. It can
Yeah.
save so much time and resources. It's like having a digital assistant to help recruiters narrow down the candidates.
I get it. But doesn't all this speed make you wonder if they're missing some amazing candidates?
Hmm.
Like, what if someone doesn't fit the AI's idea of a perfect match,
Right.
even if they have the skills and experience?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's not just about a fast match. It's got to be the right match.
Exactly.
You still need that human touch to really assess things like soft skills and cultural fit.
Totally.
All those subtle qualities that make someone a valuable part of a team.
Absolutely. And, it's not just LinkedIn doing this. I read about Maki,
Oh, yeah.
an AI recruitment startup.
Interesting.
They just got a huge 23 million pounds in funding.
Wow.
Their goal is to automate like 80% of the entire hiring process.
That's a lot. 80% makes you think about what parts of hiring should be done by AI
Right.
and which parts really need human judgment.
For sure.
We don't want to lose that personal touch completely.
Right. Like you could automate scheduling in those first screenings.
Yeah.
But when it comes to figuring out a candidate's potential and how they fit in the company,
Yeah.
you still need human expertise.
It's all about finding the right balance.
Mm-hmm.
Using AI to streamline some tasks, but still keeping that crucial human interaction and decision-making in the hiring process.
Definitely. And speaking of AI and finding the right fit, Perplexity, the AI-powered search engine, bought Read.cv.
Read.cv.
It's a professional networking platform, so could this be a new rival for LinkedIn?
This is definitely something to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Perplexity is known for its powerful AI.
Right.
So putting that technology into a professional network could really shake things up.
I can imagine.
Think about it, more intelligent connections, super personalized recommendations,
Wow.
even specialized communities built around specific skills or industries.
That would be amazing. A platform that actually understands your skills and what you want to do
Right.
and connects you with the right opportunities and people.
Exactly. The future of networking could look very different.
Oh, it really could. It'll be interesting to see how platforms like LinkedIn adapt to this new competition
Definitely.
and how people react to these new AI-driven features.
Yeah, for sure.
It's funny, because speaking of AI personalizing things, I found something kind of unexpected.
Oh, what's that?
The dating app Hinge uses AI to help people create better dating profiles.
Interesting.
Makes you think if AI can help people create awesome dating profiles,
Yeah.
could it do the same for professional branding?
That's a good point.
Right. Like, imagine the possibilities. AI could help you write a more powerful resume,
Wow.
make your LinkedIn profile better, even help you write those cover letters.
That's really interesting. It's kind of a cool parallel.
Yeah.
Whether it's dating or a job, it's all about presenting yourself in the best way possible.
Right.
Highlighting your strengths and telling your story.
Exactly. And with Gen Z entering the job market in droves,
Yeah.
AI tools seem almost essential to deal with all those applications.
It's true. Companies need a way to manage that flood of applications. Yeah.
But it's super important that those tools don't accidentally block qualified candidates.
Right. Efficiency is great, but not if it means sacrificing fairness or inclusivity.
Companies need to be really careful about how they're using these tools.
Yeah.
Make absolutely sure they're not unintentionally creating bias in the process.
I agree 100%.
It's a delicate balance. You want the efficiency that AI can offer, but you also have to make sure the process is fair and doesn't accidentally overlook great talent.
Absolutely. So how can companies make sure they're doing that? How can they make sure these AI tools are being used the right way?
Well, one really important thing is the data that's used to train the algorithms.
Makes sense.
If that data is already biased, the AI is just going to learn those biases and make them worse.
Right.
So it's really important to have diverse data sets.
Yeah, you can't expect a fair result if the input is skewed.
Exactly.
And I imagine constant monitoring is important too.
Oh, absolutely. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing.
Right. Regular audits and adjustments and human oversight are necessary to make sure these systems are working fairly and not putting certain groups of candidates at a disadvantage.
It makes sense. And from the job seeker side, what can people do to stand out in a job market that's becoming so AI-driven?
That's a great question. One thing job seekers can do is try to understand how these systems work.
Oh, okay.
Figure out the keywords and skills those algorithms are looking for, and then tailor your resume and online profiles to match.
So it's like learning the language of these systems and making sure your profile speaks it fluently.
Exactly. You got to align your presentation with what the AI is programmed to find.
Right.
But it's not just about keywords. You still need to show off your unique skills and experiences, the things that really make you stand out.
And I bet good old-fashioned networking is still super important, too.
Absolutely. Networking is still crucial.
Yeah.
Going to industry events, reaching out to people in your field, building relationships. Those are all really valuable ways to get your foot in the door and let your personality and potential shine through.
Right.
AI can help connect people, but it's those human interactions that really close the deal.
Makes sense. All this talk about AI and recruitment makes me wonder which jobs are most likely to be affected by all of this.
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, roles that involve lots of repetitive tasks, things like data entry screening, scheduling, even some parts of customer service,
Right.
those are more likely to be automated.
So what does that mean for the people who are currently in those roles? Should they be worried about being replaced by robots?
I think it's less about robots replacing humans and more about a shift in skills and responsibilities.
Okay.
As AI takes over those more routine tasks, human workers are freed up
Right.
to focus on higher level tasks that need creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, the things AI isn't so good at yet.
So it's more about AI making humans better, creating a more efficient partnership where everyone uses their strengths.
Exactly. And that means focusing on developing the skills that will be in high demand in this new AI-driven world.
Like what, for example, what kind of future-proof skills should people be thinking about?
Well, as we've talked about creativity, critical thinking and problem solving are becoming more and more valuable.
Yeah.
Those are skills that are tough to automate. Plus, strong communication skills, emotional intelligence, and the ability to adapt and learn quickly are going to be essential.
So being adaptable and embracing lifelong learning is key.
You got it. The world of work is always changing, and with AI, that pace of change is only going to get faster.
Right.
The most successful people are going to be the ones who are comfortable with change, eager to learn new things, and able to use technology to their advantage.
Makes sense. Any advice for someone just starting their career or thinking about changing careers in this new environment?
I'd say do your research and try to understand the trends shaping your industry.
Okay.
Think about the skills you're passionate about and how those skills can be valuable in a world with AI.
Yeah. And be open to new possibilities. After all, the jobs of the future might not even exist yet.
That's a great point. It's an exciting time because there's so much potential for innovation and new ways of working.
Right.
Being willing to experiment and explore is going to be key.
Makes sense. So do you think we should all become AI experts?
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a programmer to succeed.
Right.
But you do need to understand how AI is affecting your field and be ready to learn and adapt.
So it's more about having a general understanding of AI, even if you're not building the algorithms yourself.
Exactly.
Like we need to be digitally literate to use the internet.
Right.
We need a kind of AI literacy to navigate the future of work.
Exactly. It's about understanding the basics, how AI works, what it can and can't do, and how it can be used ethically and effectively.
That makes a lot of sense. So AI literacy isn't just for tech people anymore.
Right.
It's for everyone.
Absolutely. And the sooner we start learning, the better prepared we'll be for this changing landscape.
Well, we've covered a lot today, from AI job matching and the potential for bias to the importance of human skills and lifelong learning.
It's clear that AI is already changing how we work.
For sure.
And it's only going to become more influential in the future.
It's a really dynamic field with challenges and opportunities.
Absolutely.
But in the end, AI is a tool, and it's up to us to decide how we use it.
Right.
And how we shape the future of work.
Yeah, it really is amazing how much the job market has already changed, and we're just getting started with this whole AI thing.
It's true. We're still in those early stages, which makes it even more important to understand how it could all play out and what we can do to be ready.
We've talked a lot about specific tools and platforms and all, but it's made me think about the bigger picture. Like what does all of this mean for the future of work itself?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tough to say for sure what's going to happen, but we can look at the trends and think about some possibilities. Okay, so based on everything we've talked about, what are some of those potential futures for work?
Well, one possibility is that AI takes over a lot of those routine tasks, the repetitive things.
Right.
And that would free up people to focus on more creative stuff, strategic thinking things that involve working with other people. It could even lead to completely new jobs in industries that we can't even imagine right now.
Wow, new jobs we can't even imagine. That's exciting, but also kind of scary.
It definitely is a time of big change and lots of opportunity.
Yeah.
Imagine AI could analyze tons of data to figure out new trends and needs.
Yeah.
That could lead to whole new products and services, maybe even brand new industries.
That's pretty cool. So instead of just taking away jobs, AI could actually create more by opening up new possibilities.
Exactly. It's about looking at AI as something that helps us innovate and grow, not just something that threatens our jobs.
But what about the downsides? Could all of this change lead to people losing their jobs and maybe even making economic inequality worse?
Those are definitely valid concerns, things we can't ignore. Yeah.
The shift to an AI-driven workforce will probably cause some disruptions.
Right.
And we need to be proactive about dealing with those challenges.
So how do we do that? How can we prepare for those potential problems?
Well, one really important thing is investing in education and retraining programs.
Okay.
So people can learn the new skills they need to thrive in this AI-powered world.
Yeah. And besides retraining, it seems like we also need to think about ways to support people who might lose their jobs during this transition.
Absolutely. We need policies and systems in place to make sure everyone benefits from AI.
Right.
That everyone has a real chance to succeed in this new world.
It sounds like the future of work isn't just about technology, then it's also about having the right social and economic policies.
Exactly. It's about using AI in a responsible and thoughtful way.
Yeah.
So we create a better future for everyone, not just a select few.
This has been a really thought-provoking conversation, for sure. As we wrap things up, what's one key takeaway you want our listeners to remember about the future of work? I think the most important thing is that the future isn't set in stone.
Right.
It's something we're creating right now through the choices we make and the actions we take.
Yeah.
If we stay informed and stay adaptable and keep learning throughout our lives, we can navigate all these changes and create a future of work that's both prosperous and fulfilling.
I love that. That's a great point to end on. Thank you again for today. This has been a really insightful conversation.
It's my pleasure.
And to all our listeners out there, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI and the future of work. We hope you found it informative and empowering. Remember, the future is in our hands. Let's make it a future where humans and AI work together to create something truly amazing.